Howdy, howdy.
Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday. It's from the barracks, and we're going to talk about all sorts of fun stuff tonight. But one thing we will talk about, if you all wonder, like, who shows up when at one time, like during getting ready for the stream, the only thing you have to do is look at the order of the four boxes. I'm first, he's second, third, and fourth down there in the corner. You know, so I am Joker for Players Wanted. With me is the man with the mohawk that's covered up with the beanie, the king of the high kappas, Virtue from Sinister Customs. Down in the lower corner, we have It's Not a Party Till the Wiener Comes Out, Wiener from Hot Dog Productions, and Buck. I gotta put this right. This has got to be. It was throwing me. And it was throwing me off. But we're going to talk about a couple things tonight. Tonight is going to be a shorter stream. We're not going to probably go. I don't anticipate going more than an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours max, because my house is in a serious state of construction right now. If you all were to see just how destroyed my office was, it's a joke. I mean, stuff's obviously missing from the walls, but the other part of my office is being built out, and they wanted to go through my wall today. I was like, I can't. Today's Tuesday. It's stream day. And that right there, the indication that the pizza man's here. So I will be right back. So, Sin, entertain.
Was that a Wookiee?
Yes.
So yeah, it's been a week since we tried to talk to everybody. So what's been going on with you, Wiener?
No, we can't hear you at all. Not even.
All right. So what's been going on with you, Buck?
Not too much. Currently in the final stages of getting into my new job. Hopefully we'll be starting that in about 2-ish weeks. So I will be in my new job by the time Syndicate comes around. We're doing a lot of prep for Syndicate right now, getting all the boys together. We're actually going in on our Airbnb. Mr. Tubbs is joining us this time. Looking forward to a lot of big and fun stuff. We're also getting ready for our big group order for Evike for the next couple events. We're also working on our characters for Geigerland, so it's been an interesting couple weeks.
Just for the update, that was not actually Pizza Person. That was evidently Cora does not like the electrician.
Ah. Oh man, playing with the fat guy's emotions like that. He thought it was pizza.
Pizza's going to be here sometime today. That's all I got to say. All right. So sorry about that, guys. So I will be jumping up as soon as the pizza guy comes, or if the electrician needs me for something. But yeah, it's been a fun, interesting day. So how is everybody tonight?
That's what we were just talking about. We still can't hear
you, Wiener.
That's go to the setting wheel. Go to little setting gear and see if you can switch your audio input. That might be your issue.
Old man yells at clouds. No, everything's been great. A bunch of demo reconstruction, kind of the same thing you've been going through. I think I've been going through it a bit longer. Trying to get the house ready, trying to get the new workspace ready so I can start getting orders cranked back out. And then
slacking on sushi for 2 weeks now.
Damn,
get called out.
You're actually wrong. I just been eating before the stream, getting up earlier, so my entire food dining schedule has changed.
Yeah. He's working on those games, excuses. Sorry.
We're not performing what's new. You know what? I'm going to try something here real quick. Wow, man, that really makes it small, doesn't it?
Not really. It depends on the. I guess it depends on the size of your screen. On my screen, it's negligible. Not saying you have screen envy or anything, but he will now be known as Silent Wiener.
We're gonna leave this. We're gonna leave the comments up tonight. We're gonna see how that plays out, so you guys can go through and obviously this could be really good or really bad. Depending on how it goes. On my screen, it looks fine. Okay. All right. So I'm definitely going to wait till Weeder comes back before we start talking about the stuff here. So just so you all know, if you guys were wondering why things have been a little bit discombobulated lately and everything else, well, I'm going through a remodel. Sid's going through a remodel. We have event after event after event. And yeah.
Still mad I can't make it to a couple of those, but it's fine.
It's all right, Buck. You'll get there eventually. One day you'll grow up and be able to do stuff like we do.
Listen, man, I'm really hoping the new job squares off. I'm also in the process. We're trying to get, we're looking at properties right now, so we might actually be in a construction phase here in a couple of months.
I think I'm gonna have to mute Stu right off the bat. What do you all think?
Wait.
That could be risky.
You're trying to buy a house right now?
No, not a house, just property, like land. We're gonna build a house.
All right, let's say buying a house right now is
stupid. We already had a conversation with a realtor. It's not a good time for us for that, but we thought that if we have a family friend that's selling some property, so we're going over to look at that in a week or two.
All right, so let's talk about some of the fun stuff that is going on right now. Obviously, this weekend is Clash of Titans. You guys can still get your tickets. Just simply go to deadendoutfitters.net.
Hello, darkness, my friend.
And I spelt that way wrong.
Decadian Outfitters. There you go.
Hey, Stu, I swear. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, Mr. Walker? All right, that's it. Stu.
What is he spelling out?
He's in a timeout right now. We don't need chat to go flying through there, so it says nothing but Stu Thomas. Stu is currently in a timeout. Let's not flood the chat, guys. All right. That's pizza. I'll be right back. So there you go.
Lovely.
Have fun, Sin.
We'll get some tickets, boys. Jesus, Stu, really. Currently, let's see, actual relevant news. Oh, currently, me and Christian are in the process of writing the 4th event for OBH.
Call me for that.
Sorry.
Help. Call me for that. I want to help.
So it's something nobody else has done yet, and we hope it'll be awesome.
All right.
You guys are writing it. How could it not be? Honestly.
Yeah. So
there's
once
no
Christian get further with our first rough draft, we'll make an announcement about what that is. Joker doesn't even know what it is yet. He has no idea what we've been working on. So
still nothing, Wiener.
Is there a mute button on the headset?
No. Have you tried unplugging and plugging the mic back in?
Do you need me to remote in?
I'm not even being an ass. I just want to make sure because those
headsets
do you need me to remote in? Are super messed up.
All right. Let's see here.
Stu, you're not timed out on my Twitch, just so you're aware. So you can.
All right. No, I put him in timeout because of the.
I know. I was
spamming of the channel. Which. Let's see here.
You remember how we always talk about it takes one person to ruin something for everybody else?
I got
Stu's
my
that
tickets.
person.
Good job, Stephen. I'm so proud of you. I wish I could be you.
All right,
honestly,
let's see here.
Even if I was to go, I probably wouldn't even be able to buy them until Friday night.
What?
If
I were to go to Clash, I wouldn't even be able to buy my tickets till Friday night. That's how broke I am right now.
Yeah, he's taking walk-ons. All right.
All you got to do is get to my house, Buck. Just saying.
It's not about that. You also have to remember it's 3 people sharing one singular car right now. So if I take the car, that means my wife and mother-in-law do not have a car.
All right, let's see here. Getting serious if we're talking about remoting into Wiener's computer.
I promise not to look at that folder. That's
Wiener, there's no mute button on the heads, like up here.
He did. He just tried it. Is it USB or is it like old school?
How about now?
Yeah,
there you go. Well, it worked.
But that had nothing to do. What it was is somehow my settings went away on my on the settings section. It wasn't showing the Corsair headset anymore.
Yeah, that happens sometimes because the connection through the Corsair IQ program is busted. So it'll
Oh.
randomly, if Corsair decides to shut down the entire server, your headset goes away until you uninstall IQ.
What kind of piece of junk you get me, Mark? Jeez. I'm kidding. I very much appreciate it. Oh, who's whining? Oh my God!
Sorry, Mark, you couldn't hear that. Could you turn it up?
It is the wiener, yes, sir.
All right. Let's see here. I don't know how to turn off
I prefer
putting
bratwurst.
Stu in timeout.
Oh, you mean you stuck him? He's gonna have to go out and come back in, isn't he?
That or he can just hop in on my YouTube
Hold on.
stream or Twitch stream. If anybody gets timed out that way, you can comment that way.
That sucks. I did not realize it was like a permanent timeout there.
Oof.
And I'm looking in here to see.
Dogs.
Corsair IQ is crap all the time.
They just did
right.
it. They just
All right.
did an update
Anyways.
recently.
So let's get on to the topic at hand. Let's talk about Clash of Titans here.
I
it's
thought we were
gonna
talking
be
about you getting shot in the nuts. That's why I
we
keep.
can't have nice things, Wiener.
This is exactly why we can't have nice things. It's exactly the reason why Wiener's an asshole.
No,
you
wiener's
know.
a wiener, not an asshole.
God's sakes. Wife has joined the stream. She is here. I don't think you can be seen because we're microscopic. Come.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about Clash of Titans, right? It's going to be a large-scale event that's going to be at the Force Center. I guess they change that name of that place every once in a while. Greg has a lot of stuff planned for this event with a lot of different unique areas that are going to be played. Some areas that have never been played before at the Force Center, like the ISO camp and stuff like that. There's going to be troop transports going back and forth to shepherd people around all over the 1,100 acres.
I'll be the driver.
That is not a perk.
That's not. That's me.
Don't be surprised if you let him drive a technical and the tailgate is gone when he returns it.
Are you talking me?
Yeah, you.
Mark. That would be Mark, not me.
What are you talking about me? Oh, look, you get one truck tattooed and it just follows you forever. Hey, Joseph Tinker's just joined the chat.
Whoa, Tink Man.
Hey,
so we're definitely going to be there.
My illegitimate son.
No, your nephew. Remember your nephew.
Oh, that's
He's
right.
My
My
son,
nephew,
your
sorry.
nephew.
My nephew, that's right. Yeah, he was adopted from the street corner.
So it's going to be green versus tan, Freddie versus I keep forgetting the other person because they're supposed to be
Dale
South.
Papka.
Yeah, Dale Papka.
TCA.
So we're going green. We're going to be driving around inside the gun truck. So I know exactly what's going to happen, which Tinker's going to love, is I'm going to drop off the Speedy Boy squad right on a building and say, go have fun. I'm sure the footage that's going to come out of that is just going to be nothing but Burt as they go in to take it down.
They get wasted right as they get out of the truck.
The interesting thing is we have two fathers of our members that are joining us for the first time to play Airsoft. So Speedy and Padawan's father is going to be joining us to play, and so is Skittles' father is going to be joining us to play. So this ought to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Where we go and run through and all that, and I get to make up all the stories I want to.
Thanks.
And get both of them in trouble with their parents, which is even better. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, go to deadendoutfitters.net, get your guys' tickets, come out there, let's have a good old time. They are going to have food trucks out there. You can camp out on site. Me personally, I'm driving back and forth each day because I'd rather sleep in my bed for an hour and 15-minute drive when the hotels are 45 minutes away. All right. So the main topic, unless anybody has anything else to add about Clash of Titans, I want Greg to be on here.
Oh, no. I want to get to this.
Oh, you want to get to this? Okay.
I want to get to this.
All right.
What, Mark getting shot in the nuts? We going to it now?
I did not get shot in the nuts, sir. Thank you very much. However, I did shoot people in the nuts. Just
You're a
saying.
douche.
No, that's what happens if you don't call your hits. I go to spots to where you're going to call it. I wished I would have been able to get more video edited and cut. Unfortunately, I did not.
Such a slacker.
If you see how much work was done and how many, what the hell what am I looking at right now? That's a war crime, sir.
It's a war crime in Finland.
It's only a war crime the first time.
If you get caught.
I gotta find out which video that is that I put up there.
What do you mean taking off?
Which one? The one you got shot in the nuts?
War crime?
No, where I shot the guy. Where I shot the guy in the nuts. I mean,
Wait, what is your obsession with Joker's nuts tonight?
You gotta see the video. I was right there when it happened. He's got to post the video.
I know what he's talking about.
Yep.
He's talking about this. Here, I'll pull it up.
I'm still cracking up today about it because it was funny as hell. I hadn't seen it in a while, and then he posted it today, and I was like, "Oh."
So for some reason, the admin life videos, have been taking off. I don't know why. So I decided to go ahead and do this one.
Drum roll, people. Blow it up. I want to see it full size.
I don't know if I can blow it up anymore
Get the magnifier out.
Here, I'm gonna reduce the chat for a second, and put it back like this. Back like this. There we go. All right, can I do it like this?
As big as you can get it.
Back to this.
I mean, it's not like that made much of a difference, honestly.
Yeah. Well, here's what happened.
Admin Live Part 3.
Hey, how? Can you see their cone?
Oh.
Admin Live Part 3.
Oh.
Hey, how?
Buddy.
Can you see their cone?
Those shorts look thin too. Oh, I am
Admin
sorry. Ooh, buddy.
Yeah.
And
How
I
you
posted,
not
I didn't
feeling?
feel a thing.
Let's see. Let's throw the chat back up here.
Yikes.
That one hurted a lot. That one sucked. That was a really good shot, and it was my own fault because I did not say admin coming out. I was making sure they weren't shooting at the enemy spawn. You owe $1, sir. Your phone went off during the stream. You owe $1.
Now he's not going to be able to unmute when he comes back.
That would be hilarious. So let me just double check this real quick. So going back to Clash of Titans, you need 2 dead rags, you need a dead light, dead rag, dead light, 2 tourniquets, like typical milsim style stuff. There's no unusual rules there. The only thing that's different than most other milsims is that you cannot shoot from the security gunner while the truck is in motion. Weird, but whatever.
Teach their own.
Oh, here. Oh, found it. Gotcha. All right. So we're going to the main topic tonight. And the main topic of tonight is we recently went to Battalion Airsoft.
Oh, you are going to mention them. I didn't think you were going to mention them.
No, I'm going to mention it because I'm going to go through and do it. I could not get in touch with the owner of Battalion. But at this point in time, if they decide to reach out, if they decide to reach out after and give clarification or whatever, that's fine. I'm going to base it off of exactly what I saw as a player the day we showed up on Sunday. When we showed up on we showed up on Sunday. We showed up to play. You know, it is what it is. We're there to play. We're there to have fun. We're there to have a good time. We did not know that you weren't supposed to be recording there. It's unusual that you're not supposed to be recording there. And to my defense, if I don't have my glasses on, I can't read. I could see just fine. I could see everything else. I just can't read. So there was a sign, evidently, when you walk into the arena, no video recording allowed until further notice. So I didn't see it. At the same time, the refs didn't say anything to us. We had no idea. We didn't know. It wasn't until like 4 hours later where we were Tinker was waiting for playing the game of football, waiting for the football to be dropped down, and the ref saw his red light. He goes, "Hey, did nobody tell you you're not supposed to record?" He's like, "No." So Tinker turned it off. Then the curiosity hit. Why? Why is recording suddenly banned? The response was that we were told from the admins was that people are going to Battalion, recording video of intentionally getting themselves banned, doing bad things to intentionally get themselves banned. That was what was told to us, and it looks badly on Battalion Airsoft. Now, I've been to Battalion several times. Yes, Buck. We will. So what I noticed at Battalion was far more cheating than I've ever seen before at Battalion happened on Sunday. And first 2 hours, it was fine. We got there at like 10 o'clock. We got there when it opened. We played our first game at like 10:15. I was hobbling along. The 3 others were just running, doing their speedy boy stuff. And we're having a good time. I mean, there was people obviously not calling hits or whatever, but I mean, it wasn't that bad within the first 2 games or first 3 games. It wasn't until around noon when calling hits went out the window. And one of the things that they said is like I heard one guy say, "Call your effing hit, bro." And he goes, "You didn't hit me." He goes, "Yes, I did." He goes, "Prove it." Haha, you can't wear a camera. And it's like, well, so now you got guys intentionally cheating because they know they're not being recorded because there's no proof. It's he said, she said, right? There's only one ref on the field, and that's up in the tower. Nobody else is really on the field policing or watching the player behavior and anything else like that. So I would like a really straightforward reason why. I have suspicions. I think the reasons why the recordings were no longer to be allowed to recording is because certain individuals that have been causing problem at other fields still go to Battalion, and the owner of Battalion doesn't want the negative press of those players being at his field. But I just want to show a couple of things that happened in one of the games that you should allow video there. Like we were at SS Airsoft the day before. Airsoft is a game of integrity. The cameras are not. But the problem is that more people will behave when they see cameras and refs than when they don't. So that's one of the key things that I noticed every single chance I play. So at SS Airsoft, they encourage looking at video. Like if you say, "Hey, this dude's cheating, I got a video," they'll look at it and they'll go address it with the person. We had that issue happen on Saturday. There was a guy, I was on this one side. The guy, I shot him a couple times. He kept coming down the pathway. I shot him 3 or 4 more times. And he was, and he just kept coming. So I had to turn it to the admin and say, "Hey, look, this is what's going on." And they went over and talked to him and made the guy sit out for 2 games. They don't tolerate it. At Battalion in the past, I've shown them video of incidents that happened. One of the famous ones was, the woman that decided that she was going to F around and find out. Loki, come here. What? All right, I'll be right there. I'm going to throw a video up real quick. Here.
He was whiffing every shot until the dick shot.
Yeah, that last one, boy.
Sin, now you're not coming through, buddy.
Who, me?
Sin.
Oh, Sins now.
Wiener's sitting there. It's funny when it's not happening to me.
That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna start wearing a camera, for some content too.
Honestly, I want to. Like, I'm really pissed because I would have had some really funny moments from Scorched because I forgot my fucking SD cards. Still mad about it. Nothing.
Nothing.
A little bit, very quiet.
Yeah, I just. Nope. Tubbs, how you doing tonight? Yeah, Mark knows about getting the small targets hit.
Yep, snaps coming through. There you go.
All right, that was
There
weird.
he is.
I think Tubbs is excited to spoon me.
But no, I counted 23 shots, and he missed like all but the last 6. So, yeah.
Get a MOHOC? What's that?
Look like it's in Mohawk. Mohawk.
I need a new setup for Milsim. Any suggestions? Don't want an AK. I mean, there's
FTW.
plenty. There's plenty. Most people for the Milsim setups are going for more towards like an M4 platform, but I mean, it's really up
Just
to you.
'cause some of the extra cool stuff you can put on it's pretty common.
Yeah.
Might I suggest the MTW?
There you go.
A nice scar.
All nice, but the scars are a pain in the butt to work on.
True. Internals are a bitch.
Or
on
if you want to
those.
be the new generation of MPXs are nice. Do not pay money for a first generation MPX. Any tech that dealt with them during release understands what I mean when I say sector to hell. Every one we sold, every last one we sold, came back because of sector you're stripped within 3 games.
3 games? That's impressive. I want another HPA. I mean, you can pretty much HPA anything.
If you ever get a brand new gun and it's got the grease in it and like the oil, that is done so that while they're in a warehouse, nothing dries out. The first run of MPXs, they didn't apply any at all. So they sat in warehouses until they went to distribute.
Ouch.
All right. So
That
what was
hurts
the
my
reaction
soul.
to the nutshot video?
You missed every shot until the nut shot.
No, I didn't. I got him in the leg.
Just about. We saw most of them just hitting the door frame.
We counted. There were 23 shots. 6 of them hit him. Great. We're not saying you didn't get him. There was just a lot of whips.
Yeah, quite a few. Also, Tubbs, if you're looking to do a high-level HPA build, message Snow. If you want to try a DSG or TSG build, I don't remember what it was, but one of Snow's friends has a Vector he's selling, and it's really high value, really good, worthwhile.
Also, another one there is Rick Starman. He does a great build too for HPA.
Yes.
Awesome build. I haven't seen what he did with his God dang it. With his D-hop. I haven't seen what he's done with that yet, but I know when I tried it without the D-hop in it, holy crap.
I saw some of the builds that he had at Scorched. They were phenomenal. Absolutely beautiful builds. If you got to message anybody, Snow or Starman, I would go either one.
Yep.
So I just want to share this real quick to say where I got him, like in there. I did get him right past the door frame, right? Hey, Wiener, move your mic. You're breathing right into it.
I can hear
Getting all hot and
asthma.
bothered.
I can hear your asthma guy.
My nose is so stuffed. I've been sick all week. I've had the flu. Thank God it wasn't COVID, but I've been sick
Right
all
there.
week.
That was actually a nut shot that I got him on. Right past the door frame. That sunk right in. That's where I was
That
like,
one looked like it hit the edge of the door frame. And
Yeah, that
clicked.
looks like the edge.
No, it
that, looks
didn't.
like
Yeah.
that looks like a leg, or just
That's
above
a
his
leg.
leg. That looks like above
Yeah.
his leg.
That's a
That
miss.
right
That's
there
a
was
That
hit.
one should have hit. Yep, that one should have
That's
hit.
a hit.
that's like the first one where I was really
I'm trying
annoyed.
to look around the corner. Can you tell?
Mm-hmm. That was missed. That missed him.
That missed him.
Miss.
That
Yeah,
missed
you're
him.
missing all those shots, buddy.
Those shots, sure. Right there, leg.
That was
Bam,
good.
bam,
That was
bam,
good.
bam,
That's
bam,
where-
bam.
There you go.
That's
Bam,
where
bam, bam.
it hurt,
Drilling him in the sack.
That's right.
Look.
Did he finally call it?
You just
Yeah, he
saw
finally-
the fucking gray sweatpants go in, and you go, ooh.
He finally called it because I mean, the problem that was come up is like I haven't even got to like all of them. This is like the first one. So when you're being recorded, at least I don't want to be caught on camera doing anything with any sort of impropriety, right? So like when we're at the mall game, a guy goes, "I shot you in the face." I said, "You know what, man? I'm not here to argue. I'm just not here to argue." And I was like, "Whatever. I'll call my hit." So, but what was happened at Battalion was that we had a lot of guys that were just running. Like these are the guys. Well, here, as if we don't have other videos. His new name's going to be Vader.
Slayer of younglings.
Bro.
So the long range, I got him. I knew I hit him because the way he bounced back, and he didn't come running out immediately. So he probably put his hand up, looked around to see where the person was, and then he still decided to loop around. There was that guy. I mean, bruh.
Like,
Um,
other than the fact that he's running down the side like this,
The gun up in the air, yeah.
yeah.
Hoping he'll shoot up in his flashlight.
And it was just, the fact that the way that things were going to, it will remain Uncle Wiener. It was just one of those things where this guy, I mean, because here's the other thing that happened, right? And this happened right after. My gun arm was up, and then he comes around the corner and shoots me some more. My other hand shot up, and I'm going like this, looking at him because he shot me 4 times. He shot the other guy, and then the second guy came through and shot me again. And it's like, come on, guys, you can't tell that somebody is
sweeps,
dead.
bro. It sweeps. It doesn't matter if you're dead or not. He got you.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's all about
The
that
kill ratio.
KD, baby. You double tap the corpse.
The kill ratio.
One of the reasons I want the Jag, because I don't even need to double tap. That's 6 shots if I crank it all the way up.
Well, dude, that don't mean nothing. I have literally dumped a mag on a person and have them keep coming.
Well, Seb. That's because you're an asshole. Okay, that's because you're a shitty airsoft player shooting dead players.
No, it's just you.
saying.
It's just you.
So, double tap the corpse.
Is Seb stoned tonight, or is he on live?
I have no idea.
He watched Zombieland, clearly.
That's what it is.
So it's like this is like all the stuff that was just in one game. This is like only within like the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game. This was like the only one that was like this is like the first thing that clip that popped up was another one. And it might seem like we're picking on it by pointing out all the cheaters. Well, the reality was the behavior there was so bad. Perhaps it's not the people videotaping that are the problem at your field. Perhaps what it is that your field is harboring toxic players and fostering a toxic environment. And
You're
that's
banned.
the reason why.
You're banned.
If he bans me, he bans me. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm going to actually make a list when I get the new room up. Places were banned.
Yeah.
There we go.
But
Here's the thing. I understand it from both sides. I see it. They had a bunch of kids show up, filming, doing stupid shit to get clout on YouTube. And they think that the solution is to stop recording. Here's the thing. Those kids doing that are already toxic players. They're just going to be toxic with there's no proof that they're doing it. So they're just going to keep doing it.
That's what they were doing.
That's what always happens, though.
I mean, I personally, if I go to a field and they don't allow recording, I don't play. Because I can say over the last 2 decades, unequivocally, any place that doesn't allow recording has some of the most toxic sons of bitches I have ever met. Because there's no repercussions. It always comes down to your word versus theirs, and you get the, well, I know them, they've been here longer.
I will just give you. I want to emphasize this. We intentionally did not break the no recording rule. No ref told us. Now, mind you, not only was I recording playing, but in between, like I played a game and recorded a game, meaning I was in the observation booth with my phone out like this, recording people. The ref in the tower can clearly see me walking through, doing this, doing different angles. So he had to know I was recording. They never said anything to us the entire day. I could understand if we were turning it on, turning it off, maybe they might be upset. But the reality is that we did not. I guess their own refs didn't know this rule. But I hope that Battalion changes their mentality and their mindset on it, because it's really not going to save your business or put you in a better light that you're blocking recording from happening. It's going to stop people from coming there, because I won't play unless I can record. I mean, yes, I play this sport for fun, but I also play this sport because I'm a content creator. Now, if Tinker's still watching, he's probably going to have some sharp words for me, and so will Che. But the reality is, when I go there, I need to make it worth the while in order to do this. And making it worth the while is to be able to record the gameplay so we can get the awesome moments that are on camera. We could also create the content for the channel and show that we have in different areas. And we could also talk about the fields and all that and changes and stuff that they do.
And not to
we
mention
banned 2 groups of Battalion. It's very sad they allow this types of players play. I don't know who. Get yourself done. He'll get me banned. He doesn't know who you are. There's no video. Well, I guess they can look and see you all.
Facebook user. Let's figure out where they are.
Let's see.
I was gonna say though, the reason why it's also good to have recording for especially this channel as a whole is, not to mention, with the fact of recording, the fact of playing the game, you're not only able to go out and meet these players and connect them to this type of information and this type of page, we also get to have them come back to here and have a community to interact with, find a Discord,
Joker, check message,
find YouTube. And then we get to connect as a whole and be able to help these new players get into a more comfortable thing when they see themselves on Joker's videos or in clips from Tinker or Wiener or Virgio.
This is, I think, where like this comment right here. So it's Jonathan Rollins from, and this was and Greg, I see you sitting in the green room right now. So don't think I'm ignoring you. Okay, I'll bring you on when we start talking about Clash of Titans. We're trying a new. He's just like shaking his hands. I'm like, whatever. So Jonathan Rollins, they had a problem with players from Battalion in at least 2 separate instances. We played one before where the fight happened on the field. The fight with one of his refs. Much love. See you at the next stop. That's the one where Rollins' ref punched the other dude. Those guys were from Battalion. The guy that got punched was from Battalion. There was a big thread that was going around about some guys that were like a group of players that were playing a Battalion that were making threats about doing drive-bys and doing some shady shit. Those were players from the
stream. I saw that stream.
Yeah, that guy put the stream, put it live. There was an entire thing. They were glad about and happy about the threats that they were making. They didn't care because they weren't going to get banned from their home field. Could some of this be in part because people are like, well, you let them play there? And it's like, prove it. There's no video of them playing there. I don't know. I can't really say. But what I can say is that if you're having such a problem with video on the field showing, you need to have refs on the field policing it. I will say with 100% conviction, the cheating at Battalion on Sunday was worse than Miami Airsoft. And that is not something saying lightly. It was bad. A lot of these guys think that just because they run, they don't get hit. There's a lot of, oh, look, Stu's back.
Welcome back, Stu.
I guess timeout was only temporary.
It's probably like an
so-
hour timeout.
Wow, that's
42
sorry,
minutes.
Stu. I didn't know it was going to be that long, man. I was just going to put you in there for a couple minutes. I'm back.
Back
But the reality that comes down the line, hard to
Jeez,
believe there's
Tom.
cheaters in here.
Jesus.
Shut up, Jason.
No, never.
Everybody's a
Never.
100% honorable player. Let's see this how bad it
I
is.
always call my hits. I've never doubted a call ever.
Unforgivable. You'll live, Stu. It's the revenge we get for all the shit that you talk to everybody.
Shit,
But
dog.
the ultimate reality of like the stuff that's here. I mean, if Webster wants to reach out to me, my contact information's all over there. If I'm banned, I'm banned. I would hope that he wouldn't take that course of action and ban somebody because we're talking. What's the real question? What can be done about it? Well, the thing is like whenever we put people up on camera at Miami Airsoft, it's very rarely is it to actually shame them into behaving better. Sometimes it works. Like sometimes it's like we had a kid on Wednesday where I shot him, got him clearly in this thing, and he continued to shoot. And then I was like, and he hit me, and I was like, I put my hand up because he hit me, but I was like, bro, come on. He goes, you didn't hit me. I shot you first. I was like, no, you didn't. You didn't even fire until I hit you. I was like, whatever. So then I showed him the video. The very next game, he behaved himself. Because I had it on camera, and he was embarrassed. He was then embarrassed, and he was trying to hide it with like smiling, and then he apologized, and it's like, all right, cool. You have some people that are unredeemable, and I hate to say it, but there's a certain type of airsofter, HPA Speedy Boys, that typically just want to be toxic because they build that toxic community around it.
Yeah.
But I think that if your players that are at your field, that are your regulars, that are being extremely toxic and flaunting it in the face of, oh well, I don't care if I get banned from your field, I get to go back to my field. That the field owner should be like, hey man, are you really going to be? Do you really condone this behavior? Because they're coming back to your field. You don't know. You don't have enough guys on the field watching. How do you know they're not doing this to your players?
See, that was my issue when I had my massive incident when I got temp banned from Buffalo Battlegrounds. That guy was a regular. And for those of you that don't know, I was temp banned from Buffalo Battlegrounds for punching someone out because they were lighting kids up to the point where they were bleeding. He was a regular to the point where the ref that came on and told me, hey, I got to boot you for what you did, let me know when I was leaving that this guy had been banned by the owner, but because he was friends with the owner, was removed from the ban list 6 times.
Hold on a second, because Greg is like itching to say something. He's like this. He's sitting there going,
Bring him.
Doesn't allow HPA, not anymore.
Here it goes. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the man of the shortest stature but biggest heart, Greg Papabrisi from Dead End Outfitters. Hello,
Hey
Papa.
guys,
There he
hey.
is.
You've been sitting there watching. I guess the five faces isn't that bad right now, because we have the chat up.
It's doable.
So I
sorry,
want to just.
I'm
I
all
wanna just
disheveled,
one
by the
thing.
way. It's been a hell of a week.
Dave White goes, what happened to Dollar Theater? The thing is, you got to get people to agree to Dollar Theater. The last one I got a guy to agree to Dollar Theater, when I showed him the video, he refused to pay up. I'll find that video and I'll upload it. But I know, Papa, you're sitting there. You're like, I know you have like comments for days.
So, I mean, real quick, let me try to run through it and roll back. You're talking about the no recording thing, and you know my feelings about that. The whole punishing the entire group for the behavior of one, that works real well in mass society, social settings such as the military, police force, things like that. When you need people to bond together, that's all well and good. But when you can't control your own field and punishing others because you aren't able to manage stuff, that's your fault. That's your problem. You're not doing what needs to be done. You're not deterring that behavior, nothing like that. Instead, you're responding because people are calling you out, you're responding with a stick. It doesn't work that way. Absolutely, positively not. We've talked before about the whole letting players police themselves down at MA. Absolutely not as well. They didn't pay to police themselves. They didn't come there to have another player tell them how to play. Absolutely not. That's not what they're there for. If I go play somewhere, I read the rules, I follow the rules, and that's it, because that's what everybody should be expected to do. Rules are there that if everybody follows the rules just so, everybody has a great time. One person creates a crack in that egg and the yolk's all over the place. That's just what's going to happen, right? You want it to work, follow the rules. You don't like the rules, change it from the inside after the fact. When you get pulled over by the cops, you don't like the way they treated you when you got pulled over, fight it in court, not on the street. You'll lose every time. That's the fact. When you take it into your own hands, Buck, I got to disagree with you. I apologize. Somebody doing that, Joker, you and I even had this conversation when you pinned that guy against the wall. Not your place. I get the reaction. I get the defensive reaction to want to protect. But again, if it's not your place to be the rule enforcer, get the rule enforcer. If they're failing, make them fix it. If you fix it, they never will. Absolutely never will.
Feel better now?
Just so you're aware, I take no offense to it. What I did at that time, it was a younger version of myself. Would I have done it again?
Wait, you're still
Probably.
young. Shut up.
Doesn't
Be
matter.
quiet, you baby.
That's right. Hush up, you young whippersnapper.
I was barely legal when I did that, so
I found the
couldn't
video,
even
by
buy
the
a
way.
drink.
I found the video of the cheater on New Year's Eve. It was the New Year's Eve, the January 4th. So New Year, new cheater. I'll put it up as soon as it's done processing, so you guys can go through.
One quick question: How does the owner know how many new people he runs off like that too? I mean, I'm not going to go back there. I've been there 3, 4, 5 times maybe total, and it was the same experience every time I was there with the speedy boys and not calling hits and stuff like that. So I haven't been back there in a year and a half. He hasn't got any money for me in a year and a half, even though it's only 2 hours up the road and a half hour from my daughter's place. So it's just like, I won't go back there. There's no reason to.
So if Tinker's still watching, Tinker wants to go back there because him and Bugs and Emma can go full speed. They can run full speed, go at it. It's high impact gameplay, a lot of energy.
But he calls us hits.
I mean,
Tinker never call their hits. I mean, they're honorable players.
Yeah. I got a video of them showing how much they call their hits.
Yeah.
They are peppered.
So, real quick, if I may, I'm sorry. Sal asked, I was kind of rolling through as I was talking. Sal asked about, real question is what can be done about it? I can only speak for what I have seen work. And Virtue, I know you have run your own field, so I know you speak to whatever may have worked for you. Setting an example before it happens, not reacting to what's going on, setting it before it happens. Don't let the option exist for someone to misbehave. Also, it's not about chastising in front of other people and nothing like that. It's also not about taking them to the side, have a discussion, hear their side, see what's going on, find out if they're going to change. If they're not going to change, then just tell them that this is not the place for you. It's not about banning. It's not about. I banned one person ever from either one of my fields, and he came back and apologized. I allowed him back on. He just opted never to come back because what I allow on my field, he did not want to be a part of. He has a temper. He threatened someone with physical violence. Absolutely unforgivable. Not allowed on my field. Not there for that. The pain that happens on the field is elected pain. We all decide that we're going to get shot in a manner in accordance with the hobby and sport. Right?
So,
with overshooting in full auto, not with punching people in the face. Neither one of those things that people elect to have happen.
Yeah. So let me show what happened. So to answer Dan White's video, this was the last Dollar Theater one I did, and the guy didn't pay up. So. Right there.
Got hit, bro. You behind the fence, you got hit. Here's my gun, bro.
You're out. What the fuck, dude? Sorry. Sorry. Right there in your arm, bro. No, right in your arm. That's your $1. That's your $1. That's your $1.
Bet you $1.
All right, cool.
Sure.
You're
He-
one petty son of a bitch.
He did not, and I mean did not pay up, and then he hasn't been back since. You know, what the hell, Michael?
Who is Michael?
He's
Funny,
just
by the
spamming
way?
L.
I don't know, but
Oh,
we don't
yeah.
tolerate spamming unless you want to be put in timeout. Don't do that, please. Are you allowed to headshots? Yeah, you're allowed to use headshots. You know, it's like it's one of those things where
Just try not to aim for visors.
well, I mean,
If you know you're
Hold on.
shooting hot.
He went Super Saiyan.
oh man, that kid! I swear to God, he only gets like this whenever he knows I have to stream, and when I go to start streaming, he just starts raging at whatever game he's playing. You know, it's like, dude, I don't care if you're mad, just don't be.
Like father, like son.
Power. That was Miami Airsoft. And I disagree with Greg to some regard, right? A lot of times what happens at Miami Airsoft during the week works. It works for the players that are there. A lot of times people, you know, when they're screwing up that bad, they get shown video. There's two reactions. Either one, they play better. They apologize. They're like, okay, I didn't feel it. They give some sort of lame ass excuse. They continue playing and they play a little bit better, right? That's one thing. The second thing they do is they pretty much say, screw you, and they're usually kicked out the very next game because they decide to go full send with the cheating. And then at that point, the admins are aware because the admins are also told, hey, this is what's going on. And then it gets resolved one way or the other. When we talked about the whole thing, if there is no admin anywhere near the vicinity that fights about the breakout, especially if it's between what looked like an adult and a child, I would intercede like I did. I would take the hits, not the kid. But I get what Greg's saying, that it definitely wasn't my place. But am I going to stand around and watch somebody get assaulted because the admins aren't doing their jobs? No. I'd take the hit myself.
What?
If you show me your clean clip, I would subscribe. The clean clip of what? Like the entire incident? I can do that. I mean, I have the video right here. You know, that's why I usually play the full out clip, and then I do the slow down and zoom in so you can see what happened. So,
Well, I'm scouring the internet through Reddit and a couple of forums to find information on this field. None of it's good.
oh,
Like,
it's
my personal favorite comment off of Reddit is, I love going here. Every time I leave, I feel like I hate my life even more than I started.
So
Okay.
Somebody asked him to elaborate. He says, I pay money, I go there, people cheat. I pay more money, people keep cheating. I go home. And somebody said, we'll go somewhere else. He says it's the closest place to his house and he doesn't have a car.
so.
it just sucks.
So, where is it? That place is Miami Airsoft. You're talking about Battalion is located in Jacksonville, Florida. Miami Airsoft is located down in Miami, obviously. SS Airsoft, the other indoor field we were talking about, is in Atlanta, Georgia area. So this is what Che and Tinker look like after after playing at Battalion.
I'm not gonna do all that.
Okay, sorry. No. Yeah, we're pretty messed up, dude. Look at my arm.
Spin for me, baby.
They got tore up. Now, of course, Che and Tinker run into combat. They run head first into battle almost every single time. So it's not unusual for them to get chewed up a little bit. But
See, I love running in airsoft, but my problem is stopping. I usually go through a wall.
I have no frame of reference for that.
Real stream.
Wait, yes, you do. You ran through a table. I don't want to hear it.
I
You
know.
slid through a freaking table.
I am very aware. I showed the video again today to somebody.
There is a field not too far from me. They had a broke down sedan that they were using as cover. I put a big old dent of my entire right side.
I'm sorry. Their FPS limit for full auto is 400.
Nope, tubs don't.
Hold on. No. Full auto with AEG, 360 with HPA, and they only allow max weight of 2.5s on the field.
What?
Up
Yep.
their battalion.
That's wait. So
That's not unusual for certain indoor fields that they have a max weight limit.
that's not where I got caught up. The
The
weird
360
FPS.
and the 400. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
My child brings me a drink. I asked her to get me a drink. I'm like, I'm thirsty. Where's my drink? We live streamed through a restream. So we were streaming in multiple areas. Did you really forget to bring it to me? Thanks, kid. But I do have an issue because there's another field that we just won't name. That's an outdoor field that we have problems with that doesn't allow recording either, or didn't for a long time. Mostly because they didn't want to get caught on camera with the white power stuff on their things, or the trash dump, or the 20-foot pit of doom.
No way, you're talking about
or
them.
the homophobic preaching that happens at the start of it. So there was a long period of time where there wasn't a recording allowing to happen there, or the recording was only allowed by certain people. The only other time I was ever told I wasn't allowed to record, I was like, well, I'm not going to your event then, was at an event that had, I guess, real special forces operators that were there, is what the excuse was. And I'm like, you know what? Not happening. I'm not going to do that. No, thank you. I'm not going to go to your event. And they go, why not? I was like, because if I'm going to your event, if I'm spending the money, I need to be able to use that to further my stream. And it sounds bad, but it's one of the ways I'm able to travel around and do the stuff I do is because of the monetization that happens with the videos, and I can promote and do all the stuff there. If I go to if it's a really cool field and I can't record, not the point. Yes, Tyler, I guess it does. Funny how that goes.
Wow. Okay, so another Reddit post. Are you talking about in Jayville, Florida? It's all right. CQB is a very different ball game. To be honest, I didn't really enjoy myself. I had a few issues with the refs not doing their parts of their job. But I had fun, sort of. It would probably give you a rosier review if you talk to one of the regulars. But for me, the higher RPS guns, playstyle, and barely competent refs make me never want to go back.
So I will say that even though there was cheaters there, I still had fun. Tinker and Che had a blast. Emma had a blast. And Emma actually has more video than I do of the cheaters. Like, Emma's coming off and she just slams down her dime. She goes, oh my God. And I go, what? She goes, this guy. And there was a couple moments where I'm up in the tower recording, and you can just tell that they're frustrated. Like, Bugs caught himself, right? He shoots the guy as like one of the Speedy Boys running through, and he shoots him, and he gets shot, and he goes like this. He puts his hand up, he puts his gun down, and then the guy's still going, and you see him start to lift his gun, and he just goes like that, you know. So he corrected himself. He was about to say, I'm gonna hit him, but like I'm gonna just take another shot at him, but no, I'm gonna be right because, you know, I'm gonna be a good player. I'm gonna be honor and integrity, and then he walked back to respawn. But there was a lot of other players there that were having Chase mentality of what the hell, and then firing back. You know, like this was. Let's see, where is it? Right here.
Bro.
Yes, I know a lot of those shots did not connect, but there's a couple of really good shots because one got in that really itty bitty little crack because you see him jump back and he continued to play. It's hard to cheat when you're saying ouch, ouch, ouch. I don't know, man. To me, it's bizarre that a field would restrict video unless you're trying to hide, if you're not trying to hide something. Any other thoughts on that, guys?
You know, maybe, just maybe, they're a money laundering front. Maybe that's what this is.
No, we're not going to make speculations like that, Buck. That gets us in trouble.
It's a different field.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Cartel versus DEA. What? Oh.
It's hard to cheat when you're saying ouch, ouch, ouch. Tinker, I agree with Dave.
All I could see in my head is the episode of The Simpsons with Principal Skinner, and he's like, am I out of touch? Is it me that's the problem? Or is it the kids? Nope, it's the kids. It's damn players. That's what it is. But, like, I don't... One of two things. Apparently you have an issue with refs wanting to do their job. Either get competent refs or allow recording and then follow the policy of a lot of fields where you watch the recording and then act on it. There's a lot of problems here that need to be addressed. I think the not recording issue is a small patch on a larger problem. If I were to approach this like I do most things, like when I take over management or when I step into a field, I pull all the refs in the office and go, hey, who here is your friend? And as soon as they point them out, I go, cool, you no longer work here.
That's...
It creates
I get
nepotism.
it. I get it. At the same time, I disagree with it, right? Because I'm a social guy, right? Each time I go to a field, I make friends. I go up. I start talking to guys. I start especially refs and everything else. And then if the refs play and they go out on the field, then it's it's really not as if they can't be impartial. Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, I'm saying in this case in point, they clearly can't.
No, this case in point, they were not reffing.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist.
Yeah, they were. Look, the main ref in the center tower is a DJ. That's what he's there to do. He makes the announcement. He makes the announcements of, who has what objective, and he's hitting a playlist. That's what he's doing in the tower. Because I haven't seen a single time in any of the games that we played on Sunday where there was another admin on the field or anybody got removed from the field from gameplay. The only time a ref said anything was when they saw Tinker's red light flashing on his camera, and it says, "Hey, please turn that off," and he did. Now, did he follow up to make sure the camera stayed off? No, and we know that for a fact.
No, it's a clear case of they're not doing their jobs in any fucking capacity, except for the DJ who's apparently on point.
I will
Except
say,
he was calling the game, one of the games wrong. He says Northsport has the North Spawn has the objective or whatever, the boat, and it was clearly a red flag was up, and that's South Spawn. Just saying.
But he could click that play button though.
He can click the play button. The music, it was pumping. It was on fire. There was also, if you controlled an objective, like if you controlled all 3 objectives for 3 minutes, the game should have been over. But they allowed the game to play, I guess, the full 8 minutes or whatever. But they didn't call the game, so it's like. And in one game, we had the objective for a solid 3 minutes, and in the last like 10 seconds, the enemy team came in and flipped it, and it's like, North Spawn has won. It's like, no, they didn't. We had the objective for 5 minutes. What's that? Whatever. It's not that big of a deal, but we play the objectives. We're there to play the game, not just to have glorified TDM all day, which is what a lot of the other players do there. So, but I mean, TDM's fun, but at the same time,
there's an amount of TDM that's acceptable, and then there's what I consider too much damn TDM.
There's one game where one guy had a big old game of Baffo. I came around that corner. They call some shots. That is it.
Your mic's starting to go out, Joker.
Okay.
There you go. You're good.
All right, I'm gonna share the screen so you guys can see it.
Oh shit!
And then I'll end the discussion. And we could go and have for like the last 30 minutes have Papa talk about his game. I haven't edited this one yet, but I plan to. In case you didn't see that.
What?
Yes, it's jittery on purpose. Because I'm the editor. Miss. Hit. And then here's where he did a game of FAFO. 3 shots to the face.
Is Buck doing karaoke all of a sudden?
Yes.
Danger, white man dancing. Danger, white man dancing.
All right. So, I mean, it is what it is, right?
See you,
I mean,
Bye, Tubbs.
all right. So, with that being said,
Here's a story. I love it. Oh, bad. And we're all getting mixed up there.
nope, I'm doing. Oh, crap.
He's trying to get it just right.
Trying to get it just right. Oh, man, that's mean, Tubbs. All right, Greg. This is your show now.
No, not much. It's still your show. I just came on to send me the link. That's all. I actually thought you wanted me to come on and talk about.
What, that event next weekend?
But yeah, it just so happens I do have an event coming up this weekend.
This weekend, really? Wow.
Yeah, amazing. And I almost had props until I got left, 6 hours north.
Yikers.
You will have props.
What happened?
He has props. No comment came through. I have to work Friday,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't get out until Friday night.
Did you speak to Toucan?
Did I speak? Yes, I did. I talked to Toucan and I had about a 45-minute talk on the phone. So we're covered.
And
He's good.
When he woke back up from passing out from the brain hemorrhage you gave him, everything okay?
He was fine. He was perfectly fine. We had a good conversation. Matter of fact, we didn't just talk about airsoft.
Good. So it means you distracted him from the work he's supposed to be doing.
That's correct. Yes, I did. Yep.
Man's supposed to be doing stuff. Let him work. Yes, by the way, Joseph, yes, there are still some tickets left. Please go ahead and get those. Buy them all.
That's Tinker, by the way.
That's Tinker. Yeah. Tinker,
one thing one of the things I always forget to put this in for the ticket sales section. When you go to buy your ticket, I forget to put initially. I put it after the fact. Please put your Facebook contact in it, because whatever people use as their name, then when they go to join the planning group, it's their Facebook name.
Right.
And I'm not approving you until I know who you are. So then I send messages out to people on their Facebook page, and they don't respond. So now you're not in the planning group. So
Well, guess what? Tinker is not on Facebook, and Tinker doesn't plan.
Tinker has 2 plans. All right, he has 1 plan in 2 stages. Stage 1 is go that way. Stage 2 is.
Third plan is try to outrun the bullets.
So before we go any further, why does nobody want to take my money? I want to give my money to people, and nobody wanted to take my money. For the past 2 weeks, I've been trying to buy a UTV or a side-by-side. And
nobody wants to sell it, huh?
People, no, they don't want to talk. I just like, hi, is it still, okay, when would be a good time to meet? I'm like, what?
Yep.
I don't
Crickets,
understand.
Don't you have like a guy in your team that's all he does?
Is what, build them?
Chesley,
Yeah.
he does.
No,
UTV.
so no, they're bringing both of theirs.
Yeah, I know, but wouldn't he have access to some that somebody wants?
Yeah,
to
John's bringing his, but that's not enough. I have, we just lost now. I have 17 staff member going to be at this game. Yeah, there's going to be like one admin per like 15 or 20 players. So, and I shared this with, and I'm going to tell you, by the way, we are talking about Clash of the Titans happening this weekend, February 3rd through the 5th, put on by Dead and Outfitters. It's taking place in Immokalee, Florida, at the old Hendry County Prison, otherwise known as Force Center USA. You can find it at, go to deadandoutfitters.net, find us on Facebook at Dead and Outfitter, or you can even find it, we've got information on Instagram under Dead and Outfitters. Any one of those will take you to it. Clash of the Titans, February 3rd through the 5th, hosted by Dead and Outfitters.
Did you see this from David White? Dave White?
Power Sports. Yeah, no, hang on, Dave. Wait, don't listen. The only reason I'm using this UTV is for this event and potentially future events. So once a year, I'll be in this thing. I don't need a $5,000-$6,000 UTV.
Wait, where you find one for $5,000 or $6,000?
I don't need one of those. I need a $2,000 to $2,500 UTV. That's what I need. So I found several, and first of all, the ads, by the way, runs perfect, mint condition. Carb needs cleaned. Hasn't been started in a year. Like, that's literally one ad, not multiple ads. It starts off mint condition, runs great. Carbs need clean. Hasn't been started in a year. Brakes are touchy.
That's not mint condition.
What happened to mint condition?
Yeah.
It comes out like that. So, so I found, so renting one wouldn't even be a terrible idea if I could find a place that would rent it effectively, and I could take it somewhere and use it.
Well, we did one from Sunbelt before.
Yeah, so
transmission lasted half a day.
So I found one. I'm actually going. I'm going out tomorrow to pick it up. It looks like, but I was just like, it took forever to try to get just one person to continue the conversation. It's not like they sold it either. It's still, they're all still available. It's just, like, man, I don't want to talk to you. Like, you be serious. I might have to meet with you or something. Whatever. So, so I did find one, but yeah, it's just been this has been the weirdest, and I don't know, maybe people's brains got messed up during COVID and they got swirled around because of the hurricane and they just don't want to deal with people anymore. I don't know what's happening. That's just the life. Anyway, one of the things I'm making everybody aware. People coming into the store today, I'm making them aware. Which, by the way, thank you for coming into the store. I almost officially have no product to sell at the field.
Wow.
Not 100% true, but I have had a lot of stuff be bought. Three vendors altogether: myself, Hefty's Airsoft, and Black Tiger Airsoft. Danny from BTA is coming down. He's going to be a vendor. Hefty's going to be a vendor, and ourselves, we're going to be vendors. So plenty of stuff to pick from, guys. No, they've been coming. They came and shop. I had a 3-hour run. I've never had a line at my register before. I had a line at the register. People, I'm like, can I help you? They're like, oh no, I'm just waiting to pay. I'm like, holy crap. So, and I had to check. Bulldog was still awake, so it wasn't because he fell asleep. It was.
Like, I was gonna say, did you check Bulldog per pulse?
His pulse still going, yeah.
No, it was it was a phenomenal day, and I'm always incredibly grateful for it. But like they're buying out a lot of stuff. Luckily, we have a shipment coming in, which thank God it got delayed. That sucks till Friday, so I have to stick around to try to pick it up. Yay! Anyway.
Oh, and you're bitching about the props. Jeez.
And
you need hold on. Do you need 3 more control boxes?
Don't talk to me about that. Talk to Christian about that. I don't think so, but talk to Christian about that.
All right, I'll talk to Christian.
Plenty of those. So, sorry. There we go. Again, what I'm trying to get is so every one of the admins that are on the field, every single one of them has a chrono, and every single one of them has been instructed to approximately every 20 minutes or so, wherever you're around, preferably dead people or people not currently engaged in a fight, chrono them. It's completely indiscriminate. It's got nothing to do with them being somebody saying they're shooting hot. Absolutely not. Especially after some events that I've been to where, look, and anybody that builds enough guns, you know the difference in feel and sound. Yes, sometimes it can be weight of BB, things like that. You know when a particular gun is shooting a particular way. Rather than question that, we're going to keep that from happening. There are SMGs allowed in this game. I don't want somebody getting strafed with a 1.7 joule SMG carrying 3/8. Just don't want to deal with that.
Is that something that happened recently? You know, are you speaking from personal experience?
It's a possibility. It's possible. I would rather keep that from happening at all. I don't want the appearance of impropriety to occur. So now we're not. It's all going to be completely indiscriminate. We're not. Not like, hey, somebody called you out, and we're not even going to try to call people out of their position. We'll go to them. If you're around an area and you're not currently engaged in something, we're not going to pull you out of the fight. Especially if you're dead, you're just like, let me see your gun, and we're going to chrono it real quick right there on the spot. Don't go anywhere, and then walk away. If we find that your gun is shooting over what your chrono tag says, first time, we're going to assume it was an accident and just go fix it. Not a problem. Second time was intentional. You came out there to hurt somebody. You came out there to intentionally get off my field. Period. Absolutely 100% zero tolerance for that. You know how I feel about coming out to the field and intentionally breaking the rules. We're playing a sport or hobby where you are shooting a BB at a person that's going to hurt. You're trying to do it harder than regulated. You are intending to hurt somebody. Not on my field. Actually not. Like I said, first attempt or first offense is we assume it's an accident. Your seal swelled, tank warmed up, whatever it is, something happened. Here you go fix it. And I'm not talking about like a 0.01, 0.02 joule creep. No, I don't. That's fine. Right? If you came in as a rifleman and we chrono you and you're now at 1.8, okay, you're going to go check your stuff. You're going to see it. You're going to fix it. You'll go back through chrono, come out, and put you back on the field. You're going to get a special tag on your gun, and your name is going to get written down so that you can't re-cheat your way through it. I'm not going to have that. I'm not other. There have been I have gotten reports about some producers who hold events in certain locations that I might be holding an event at where things run a little wild and go unchecked. I will not suffer because of them, and I will not allow my players to suffer as a result. Can I say that?
Sounds
possible?
Yeah. So I have a couple of questions. When people are coming to the safety brief, what do they need to have on them?
Well, as always, if you're a new player, you don't know this, but if you've ever played anywhere ever before, you have to bring your iPro. You have to bring your tourniquets or whatever you're using, ace bandages, whatever you're using for that, and your dead rag /dead light. Dead lights are not mandatory at this event. They're highly recommended because if you're playing inside, it's dark. Dead lights are not mandatory though. But you must have a dead rag, and you must have some form of bandage or tourniquet, and you must have your full CLI Pro. If you are under the age of 18, you must have your face protection as well.
Okay. Yeah, because you're a little bit different than some of the other people that do safety briefs, where they don't require they have the dead rag and dead rag or their tourniquets or even their iPro for a safety brief. Because safety brief that check is usually done at the formation or before the game starts. So that's where. Look, I'll bring you back in when you fix your camera. So that was like the first thing. Now, the other thing is for vehicles. I definitely appreciate, as being a vehicle driver, that BBs are not to be fired at the vehicles, right?
That is 1,000% correct.
There's only two ways to take out a vehicle, which is the grenades or tag and launchables, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
If a grenade is thrown and lands near it, and listen, the tie goes to the runner. Grenade is thrown and it's 11 feet. If it's in question, and for real question, not the grenade thrower who swore he made it. No, if it's truly in question, I'm gonna give it to the guy.
I'm towing a 10-foot rope behind the back of my truck. Seriously, I'm gonna have a rope that's gonna be falling behind.
Feelers sticking out 10 feet too from each side.
Yeah. You gotta have, a ring that's 10 feet around the truck. Then
there you go.
I really should do that. I really should just design like a 10-foot ring that I could just put right on top and like. But I'm doing it from the rear. I'm gonna do it from the rear because a lot of times when people say, "Oh look," you call it the truck's in motion. But now, if you see the grenade go off and it's within the rope distance, it's also to help my guys on the back of the truck call out an appropriate 10-foot, not a 30-foot grenade, because they don't know what the hell 10 feet is. And I'm also going to be bringing out the tape measure too.
In regards to in regards to the vehicles and 10 feet and all that, and I told you before, we're going to be watching the vehicles very closely because they are there to enhance gameplay. If it is the driver's responsibility as well as the co-pilot's responsibility to make sure before that vehicle moves that everyone is 10 feet away. Not people who are not 10 feet away. It's not their responsibility to move out of the way when the vehicle moves. It's the other way around. The people can't hurt the vehicle. The vehicle hurts the people. Field being played from cell block to cell block. Pavilion. We are playing pavilion to pavilion this time. Unlike we did at North or South, we are playing on the pavilions this time.
Yeah, that was Tinker's question. I said, I don't know. He asked me like 20 times during the trip, and I'm like, this weekend, and I was like, I don't know. Ask Papa. I don't know. Yeah. We'll find out when we get there. I don't know. He goes, why don't you know? I was like, because I haven't looked. He goes, why haven't you looked? I was like, because I'm not in any of the planning groups. I'm just going to show up and be pointed at a target, and I'm going to go for said target. That's all I know. That's like
so we're gonna. I have found that making sure that some of these.
I have a question. About the tent, about moving before the 10-foot rule.
Yes, go ahead. You have a question?
Oh, I thought you said hold on, not go on. The reason why I'm going to ask this is that we've had it happen before at some other events where you're not allowed to move until players are 10 feet off, and then NEP players decide to use your vehicle as cover when you've decided to bleed out and you're honking your horn saying, "I am moving." Is there going to be penalized if people are going to be doing that nonsense again? Like,
wait, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
They force you to stay put because they're using your vehicle as cover, and you honk because your bleed out's over, and you want to move, but they're refusing to move because they know they can keep you tied up there.
They're wrong and you're wrong. You cannot move until they move.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not moving, you have a radio. Call an admin.
Yeah.
You're in a vehicle, you can call an admin.
You're dead.
Okay.
You're dead. You're dead.
That's
you're dead.
that,
You're dead.
I said it right. I'm not wrong because they kept us stopped at an event because they refused to get off the vehicle.
Right.
We didn't move.
And you're right for not moving. Don't move. I know it sucks. Don't move. Yeah. It's because it's purely for safety. Don't move. Tell them and have your co-pilot get out. Mm-hmm. Tell them to move.
Yeah.
If
I got a Brainerd as my co-pilot, so he's going to scare the shit out of them.
If they choose not to move, you're not in charge of them. Just always keep that in mind. You're not in charge of them. You can't tell them what to do. You can say, we're moving. You guys, before we move, you guys have to be 10 feet away.
I would also suggest for you to give an indication to the players that a vehicle is about to move, that every vehicle driver has to honk their horn 3 times.
Yeah, that's fine. It's an indication has to be made for movement. So and the responsibility does fall on the co-pilot to be the ground guide. So if you're backing up, for example, your ground guide has to be outside the vehicle. If you're backing up, so again, this is all for safety. Bottom line is, I don't give a shit about anything. Safety is always first to me. Right after safety comes the rest.
Dave White, I'm on the green team. Me and my guys are running green. The reason why I just said that was just a suggestion for you, that if every driver is told they have to honk 3 times, it's universal. And if it's said at the safety brief, then we're all moving because we hear 3 honks. Players get out of the way. So
I can do that.
I also recommend turning up Ludacris's "Move, Bitch" at full volume out of every vehicle.
Move. I mean, so far, I'm gonna have a blast. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be running around like I normally do because. Shut up.
So,
because I'm gonna have my boot on.
I was gonna say, isn't it because you're broken?
There we go. It came out. How long was it into it? What? 1 hour, 29 minutes. He's crying about the boot.
I am crying about the boot. The boot sucks.
Aw, poor baby.
I figured Dan was gonna tie a rope to a tree.
So I just got asked a question. I'll go ahead and clarify something. So you guys know, and I think everybody knows this, that there's going to be 3 U-Hauls on the field.
Yeah.
Right. They're going to be identifiable. The Ares team has 1, Poseidon has 1, and then there is a roaming Kazivac. Basically, Mo's just doing loops and picking up the dead. Right. And that's just it. And he is not biased. He's just picking you up, dropping you off, picking you up, dropping you off. That's it. And it's only for dead. He does not deploy. He only.
You're gonna give them a bell so he can bring out your dad.
The U-Hauls for each team, those can be used in a non-combative way, any way you want. And let me go ahead and clarify that before people. You can call, the COs can set it up, the leadership can set it up. You can call them out to pick up if you've got objectives. You can call it out, and you can have the objective be delivered. Now, the objective has to be delivered with personnel. The driver never gets out of the vehicle, so the driver cannot help you do anything. So if you're sending objectives back to your CP, an individual has to go with that objective, but it can be delivered back that way. Technicals cannot. Technicals are fighting vehicles. Technicals are there only to fight, period. So they cannot deliver objectives.
Can we deploy people off of them then? Like my truck, for example.
You're talking about like troop transports?
Depositing a small squad.
Technicals are not for transport. You have a transport. Yeah, technicals are for fighting. Yeah, fighting vehicles are for fighting. Transports are for transports. Yeah, and there is no, obviously, it should go without saying, there is no shooting at the U-Hauls because they are transport vehicles only. there's nothing to shoot at there.
And no shooting out of the transport vehicles.
Okay. Yeah, no shooting out of them, obviously. If a U-Haul crosses your path while you're firing, just stop firing. Because they can drop. They can drop troops into an active war zone. Stop shooting. And look, I got the full insurance on them, so I don't care. It's not that I care about the BBs hitting it. I'm not worried about that. It's just it's part of it.
It's a safety because if the driver gets hit and all of a sudden they slam on the accelerator or slam on the brake too hard, people get hurt.
But what you can't shoot. What you can't shoot them as they're jumping off yet. Obviously, you have to wait until they're away from the vehicle. You basically treat it very similar to a moving technical. You can't shoot it to technical while it's in motion, right? You wait, people are out of the way.
Okay.
So we're adding an element here that hasn't been there before, where these vehicles can be entered in. Like if you're fighting and you need more people to show up, this is why we don't have. And this is my favorite response. I love this one. No reset. Period. I don't care. Hear me clearly, everybody. If you are failing in your mission, if you are failing at your job to protect or attack, and you're being overrun and you can't get your way out, boo-hoo. Fight better, fight harder, fight smarter. You can't get away, you're getting overrun, drop a bomb. Danger close. If you can't get away, you die too.
Dave White, he just said you cannot blow up a U-Haul.
Nope.
They're not to be targeted in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. Do players have to be 10 feet off a U-Haul before they can engage or be engaged?
Yes, they can't jump out and get. That's why I was saying that before. Yeah, they can't be engaged. They can't engage. They have to be 10 feet away. Similar to the bus rule, the whole thing. Yeah, they.
You know what your U-Haul should have behind it? A 10-foot rope. And if you think about it, if it has a 10-foot rope,
about that as somebody's jumping
off,
yeah, not at all. Anyway, yeah, no. I mean, in order for them to get off, they have to deploy the ramp. No,
there you go. That's 10-foot ramp.
I'm just kidding.
That is a 10-foot ramp.
I am aware. I'm just kidding. Because somebody's going to take off with the ramp extended out and drag it all over their feet.
They're attached to most U-Hauls now. You can't just detach.
It's very, very important, though. I want it to be very well understood that there will be no reset. The whole idea behind this game is for the leadership to command and control all the way down, for you guys to have a formulated plan, to organize, to do these kind of things. You're getting overrun, report it up. We're being overrun. The only way out is danger close mission drop.
Are the CPs stackable? The AAs.
Are they what? I'm sorry?
Are they able to be attacked?
We're going to announce that the day of.
No, is my vote.
We're going to announce that the day of.
Whenever AAs can be attacked. Whenever AAs can be attacked, there's always a problem out of it.
Yeah, I am aware. Here is the problem with that. So this is the struggle we've had, and we're having a final conversation. That's why I said it'll be exposed today. It's a big area, and the area can be maneuvered, and people can be shot. Right? If someone can get close enough to your CP, engagement can occur there. Now, do I agree with overrunning it? No, because then it becomes a cluster that people are like, drop the U-Haul. There's a lot.
That's what they're gonna do. That's what is exactly what's gonna happen.
Because it's way too easy when you have the vehicle. You just pull up, 10 feet off, and now there's these are 20-foot U-Hauls. It's a lot of people inside a U-Haul.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if the AAs can't be attacked, then it solves a problem.
Right.
With doing shitty behavior like that, bottlenecking people up inside of a spawn point, and what is it coming down to for the players? How are they going to react to that, and how's the reaction for the events going to be following that? What is going to be the biggest complaint that comes out of it is that we couldn't get out of our spawn because they could drop 3 U-Haul. They dropped 3 U-Haul loads right on top of our spawn. You should. I mean, in my opinion, you should probably do a line of demarcation where the U-Hauls cannot drop off, especially since they're going to be controlled by staff.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Like I said, we'll announce that piece when on the day of, because even if I were to announce it now, people are going to forget. But remember, it's all my admins driving the U-Hauls, so I don't have to rely on anybody else.
5-minute bleed out, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, two medic revives.
Yep.
Is there any other way that a person can get their armbands taken off without going back to CP?
Absolutely.
How's that?
There's mobile respawns. Each side has 3 mobile respawns.
Besides mobile respawns, without going to a respawn.
No, you said without going to CP.
All right, without going to a respawn. Is there any way to do that?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. No,
Prisoner
mobile respawns. In order for a mobile respawn to work, you must have a medic stationed at a mobile respawn.
So not everybody's a medic.
So everybody is a medic. So basically, you have to have someone at there who is Virgil, I saw your face. I know amputation. Nice too. Very good. You have to have someone who can revive you at the mobile respawn. You can't just walk up to it on your own and be respawned. There has to be somebody there who's able to perform the surgery, whatever it is you need. The medic must be present, but yes, everybody is a medic.
Okay.
If you come across an enemy respawn, enemy mobile respawn, and there is no one alive within 100 feet of that respawn, it can be captured and taken back to a CP. In order to move it, it must be collapsed. And trust me, it's easy. These are the spring open ones. Right? So you just grab it, fold it up into a circle, and take it with.
Can a technical crew do that?
Can a technical crew do that? No, because the technical crew cannot move an objective.
Okay.
Now,
you know why I'm asking these questions, right?
Yes, because you're a pain in the ass.
Besides being a pain in the ass, because other people are going to. It's some rules lawyering that some people are going to sit there and do. It's like, well, specifically didn't say it's not an objective. It was a mobile respawn.
Funny. Marcus, you don't want to hear like that. I don't ever see anybody else like that on the field.
What?
Huh?
What?
What?
Sin, how many times do we have people bring shit back that they weren't supposed to touch?
Different story. Different thing.
No.
They weren't complaining.
No, Sin and I are looking at it from a perspective of
Mark's new call sign is complainer.
Yeah, shut the hell up.
No,
Vader.
it's
Shut up, Vader.
Yeah, virtue.
I look at everything from the level of the one idiot, because one idiot begets two idiots. Perfect example. You had the video last Tuesday at the mall game. It clearly should have been obvious they should not have tried to ride the Zamboni into fucking combat. Yet there were 6 dudes attempting to do this.
I was standing right next to him, though. That was right.
So when he asked, could technicals move it? I could see in my mind's eye, if you wouldn't say anything, somebody setting this thing up on the back of a truck and driving it around, going, "It's deployed."
No. Hey. No.
Again, that should have been obvious. However, airsofters, and I mean all of us,
yes,
all of us become little children when we get to an event.
Yep.
So I can clearly see somebody setting up the thing on the back of a truck and going, "It's deployed."
No, that actually is a good play.
So one of the other things that we are doing is that I haven't seen done.
Here's my mobile respawn. It's really mobile. It's going 80 miles an hour.
Have one of everything you need to be aware of set up on a table at the briefing. So when you come in, you know what a mobile respawn looks like. You know what each bomb looks like. You know what the objective is. If you're out looking for something, because I've had it happen in many events I've been to, they're like, "All right, you're looking for a box. What's her name?" I don't
do
like
this-
being, where
We
like
do the same thing at the prison games. We have the table set up of all the stuff that's a prop, not a prop, not a prop. So people get an idea what they're
yeah.
actually
And so everything, and we show how to pop open and collapse the mobile respawns, and it all has to. That way, there's no confusion. Everybody knows.
No, it's an attempt to alleviate confusion. You can't say there's no confusion.
Right.
We gave a clearly demonstrated demo on a box that was color-coded and labeled. And they still screwed it up by hitting the wrong button.
Yep.
Yeah, and to be clear on this too, just because you did not hit the right button does not mean that you're going to give points to the team because we sat here for 4 hours watching this box and we didn't know. Because we're not tolerating that at our events ever again. And we don't care how long you've been sitting there. If you didn't hit the objective for your side, that's your own tough titty.
Real
Or my
quick.
personal favorite is the guy that sat there for an hour without activating the control point, just guarding it.
That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, it happens.
I'd like to offer a free raffle ticket, by the way. So we've been doing that a little bit lately. We've been letting people like we have a post out, and if you tag someone, you get a free raffle and an extra raffle ticket. But if anybody on the stream knows what that is, right there, you get a free raffle ticket.
Hey, one more time.
The Game Boy?
If you could tell what that is, right there.
Oh damn, that's one of the originals.
That's an original Game Boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have one of those sitting around here somewhere.
Yeah. It actually has Tetris.
Wait, is that? I was about to say, is that Tetris? That's Tetris, isn't it?
Yep, there's a Tetris right in it. Yeah. No.
Matter of fact, I think mine has Tetris in it too. It's in the spare bedroom. I'm dead serious.
And it still works, by the way.
That's awesome. Yep, that one works too.
That's the amazing thing about a lot of that older Nintendo tech in particular.
The Game Boy, yeah.
They are like my
No,
NES.
Stu, that would
Rick.
Stu, that would have been that right there.
See, yeah, they still work because technology then was built to a standard of I'm going to sell them more games, not I'm going to sell them a new console in a year.
Brainerd.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're talking about 8-bit, monochrome, not difficult for it to maintain. It was all on chip. There was no moving parts. Very, very easy to maintain. When you can solve a problem by blowing on it, which that's how my second marriage lasted so long.
Amazing.
Sorry.
Oh man.
It's been a while since I said anything like that, so I had to get it out.
Yeah, you're not drinking either.
Had to get it out there, huh?
Weird.
We're gonna try to have a lot of fun. I don't know if any of you saw.
We are.
The food truck is now doing breakfast as well.
Oh yes.
So I got so I was gonna be bringing like Danish and stuff like that out, and I now talking to the food truck guy. He's bringing breakfast for Saturday and Sunday breakfast, Saturday and Sunday lunch, and Saturday dinner. So he's gonna be out there. It's gonna be a great time.
What time does the game end on Sunday?
Say again.
What time does game end on Sunday?
Raffle starts at 1, if I remember right. I gotta look at the calendar, but I believe raffle starts at 1.
Okay.
Okay, I believe at noon.
Okay.
That's how a lot of marriages went wrong. Went wrong or right? The only thing that I'm disappointed about this whole thing, by the way, guys, is unfortunately I was able to get one of the condos.
The one of the what?
The condos.
No, I gotta sleep.
Oh, I thought you said condoms, and I was like, hold on a second.
We're not back to talking about blowing on things in marriages. I was able to get one of the condos, so I'm very disappointed that he's got them rented out long term to workers. I'm like, whatever. So, another thing I really want to make very clear, and we'll make this clear, obviously, at the event. There is no gameplay in front of the fence line. No gameplay in front of the fence line. So if you want to go over to, for example, if you're making your way over to where the church is or anything like that. You leave out the Sally Port or the back gate of the prison. You travel that direction. Nothing in front of the fence line. If you're making your way over to the village, you can come out the back gate, work your way around. There is no gameplay. You cannot come in and out for gameplay through the front gate. There is no engagement out there through the front gate. So we're trying to get it as good as possible. What's that?
The front gates, but the fence line in total, or just the fence line?
Yeah, there's no engagement because that's all parking lot anyway.
You're talking at the prison.
Fence line is all parking lot. Yeah.
At the prison.
So
the Sally Port isn't
in front of the fence line. Front of fence line. Parking lot area.
I'm just trying to make sure that you're not talking about all. If you're talking about all 360, that actually makes it to where vehicles can get out the Sally Port without worried about being, lit up and blowing up.
Front of the fence line.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. The north side fence all the way down.
Sure.
That is the north side.
or the front of the prison.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, north, south, east, west. Front of the prison. Yes, Ed.
No, I was going to say. I mean, I'm looking forward to the event. I'm going to be there. I'll even have a bell inside the truck with me, so I'll be there with my bells on.
Well, thank you for coming. By the way, I appreciate you making the trip.
Sorry.
As you should be, sir. As you should be.
I'm sorry. Listen, Sin offered me probably the only deal that probably would have been able to make it work for me. But I don't have. If you would have offered me like 2 weeks earlier,
or was it?
Would have done it on the spot. Would have
brought it back.
But I can't just like random fuck off from work.
Sure, you can.
He just got this new job.
No, I'm not there yet. I'm still at the last job, but I'm still trying to leave on good terms in case I want to ever go back.
Good terms, schmerms, whatever.
I don't want to get written up like 2 weeks before I leave this job.
Open up your own airsoft business.
Hey.
I'm trying. I don't have funds.
Hey, you know what? You know what you need to do for work? Have Wiener pester you for 3 hours to open it up. Apparently, that's the magic trick.
Now it's just you. That's great.
that was my 3 hours.
Listen, I really do want to come down and I really do want to open my airsoft business. I'm in the process of trying to get like 30,000 things done this year. One thing at a time, man. I'm broke as fuck. I'm 23 years old with practically no money.
That's a normal 23-year-old thing.
Situation.
That's right.
Ask any of the old guys on this stream if that's not a gorgeous situation to be in. The worst thing that's going to happen to you is bankruptcy and the government will pay for your mistakes. Okay.
Been there.
You're in a position where you'll be 30 and your whole entire debt will be clear.
That is the fucking hope, dude. This year is a big year for me, man.
Exactly what happened to me.
I never had to have that happen, but now I can't. I'm going to be 50 in May. I don't have that kind of longevity anymore.
Listen, this is a huge year for me, man. I've got a friend moving up here, and once he moves up here and we've got enough capital, we are actually buying a plot of land that's like 5 minutes that way. We're going to buy it, open up an airsoft field, and like a whole bunch of other businesses outside of it, which these guys already know a good chunk about. I'm moving my wife's business into another facility when we find one shortly, and then I'm also working on trying to find her hand's right there. Trying to find a plot of land for me and the wife to move on so we can build our own house so we don't have to live in an apartment anymore.
You should build the house first before you move on to the land. You really should build the house first before moving on to the land.
Yeah, no, that's the plan. But
having a lean-to until the house is built, terrible idea.
I know.
I mean, container houses are kind of the new rage right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep, they are.
We are planning on doing tiny houses. We just haven't really decided on like stylism and all that stuff.
Or as I call them, houses.
Only for you.
No, for you, they're a mansion.
Yeah, you have no idea. You've seen my pop-up. That thing is huge.
I have.
That pop-up is nice.
Fantastic.
The pop-up is very spacious for Greg.
Speaking of which,
I go in there, I hit my head on the roof.
I'll have you all over. I actually have a harness for Brainerd. He just pulls me around.
No, I just got a news update over here, like an actual news.
It's a very Too worries about that.
A local mall in our area is scheduled for demolition.
Which one?
Okay.
Cool.
Westland Mall in Columbus, Ohio. It is set
Oh,
empty
Columbus.
and vacant for almost 2 decades, and they're finally ready to destroy this thing.
So you've had 20 years to act on this, and now you're
I've
doing
been trying for 20 years. I tried buying it 10 years ago, and the city wouldn't sell it.
Ironic.
We got
Isn't
one
it
up here in
nice?
Merritt Island. Get ready to shut its doors. Gotta keep watching.
I'll be messaging my councilman later.
I want to, before I say anything, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank, obviously, Joker, you, for the promotion of all of this. It really has been wonderful. Everybody that's come to the game, I really have to say, I can't say enough.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Oh, shoot.
We get to tear this one apart in a minute. Go ahead, continue.
Virtue, thank you very much for making the trek on down. That's awesome. Wiener, thank you for everything.
Welcome.
As
Anytime.
always, thank you. Buck, thanks for nothing.
Love you too, Papa.
So I don't know if you heard or not earlier.
Good luck, and I'm sure Virtue has told you this. If you need any help, any input, any advice, and
No, absolutely.
Absolutely, by all means, reach out.
I will definitely be giving you a shout once we get the physical property, but it's every one step at a time kind of thing.
Yep.
Well, you're still
So,
23.
Papa,
You're still young. You got plenty
If
of
you didn't
mistakes
hear
to
the
make.
beginning of the stream,
You-
I
your
actually
mic
said,
moves. Speak up. Your mic moves.
I'm sorry. Is that better?
Yeah.
I said, if you probably didn't hear the beginning of the stream, but I have 2 parents of 2 of my players that are coming to your event to play airsoft for the first time.
Nice.
Speedy,
I got a couple of
Chris,
those too.
Speedy, and Padawan, their father's coming to play,
Nice.
and
Nice.
Skittles' father's coming to play.
Awesome.
So it's going to be a fun little endeavor there. Like I said, I can make up all sorts of stories. Going to be great about the kids. Jesus, Greg.
I know. I'm saying this. Oh,
Nah,
That's
nah,
$3
Steve,
right
he's
there,
going
man.
Green. He's going
why
green.
you guys?
Steve Ash, I'm going green, dude.
We'll
So
see this
Atomic plays, this you here. What's the best sniper looking to play airsoft? If this is your first time playing airsoft, you do not want to be a
weekend. Don't get
sniper.
a sniper.
The YouTube videos, and look, this is the only time that most everybody here is going to agree on what gun not to get.
As your first, yeah, absolutely.
I'll be like Desert Fox.
When you're watching these videos and all that, those guys spend an exorbitant amount of time getting into position, waiting for those shots, sometimes 45 minutes to an hour to get one shot off, and their guns are highly upgraded. So don't go sniper. It's a boring thing. It's not a lot of fun. Do yourself a favor. Go with a basic M4 to start off. Everybody has it. You'll go out there, and from there, do over. My recommendation from every new player, because it's a great out-of-the-box gun that'll last you a long-ass time, is the G&G SRS. It's a jack-of-all-trades gun.
Perfect all-around gun.
Indoor and outdoor.
Actually,
Go with that.
I mean, to be honest with you, as of late, there's quite a few guns. Your range is anywhere from, honestly, $190 to $325. Right in there, AGs, it's your preference. Any one of those will get you in the game playing long enough for you to decide, A, do you want to keep playing, and B, what position you want to play. Absolutely, without a doubt.
I highly recommend the Crytek Alphas because they are
Crytek's too heavy.
And you're talking
for some people.
You're talking new players. New players, Buck.
Player, yep.
Hey man,
new player.
when I was a new player, I was easy trekking. We was trekking an LMG, so I could do it. I'm not everybody, but hey, if you're a big guy, you got big old muscles.
The reason why you can go with a G&G, a G&G SRS, is it's a lightweight gun. It's very strong, intermediately priced. It's got intermediate range and FPS limits. You're gonna enjoy it. You go with the Crytek.
Right in the game, you won't have to let it go.
Yeah, if you get a Crytek, if you decide that you love this sport and then you want to try to get upgrades and that's your favorite gun, Papa won't. These two won't touch a Crytek.
There's so much. Yeah, there's so much going on with the Crytek that it's awesome It's an awesome gun out of the box, and it's pretty. They tend to be fairly bulletproof for quite some time. Don't do much. Really, don't do much to them. And I heard actually, Virtue. I think you were talking about the MCX or whatever the VFC. Again, another gun. Don't open it up. Leave it be. Leave it
Don't
be.
touch it.
Leave it.
Here's the thing.
Straight out of the box.
Again, don't get a sniper rifle as your first gun. You can't. I'm in a narrow shot. You can't see everything behind me. I am primarily on field a sniper. That's one of my favorite things to do. My baby is sitting up there. Don't do it. You're going to spend 35, 45, 50 minutes, sometimes hours waiting to get one shot. And a lot of YouTube videos are edited so it looks like they're always in the action. They're not. If you see a sniper running, they're not a sniper. There's some dude that watched a YouTube video and has realized they fucked up. The SRS is a great gun out of the box. If you're on a budget, there's some of the Vulcan ASL line that's great out of the box. Personal reference, because I just got done reviewing it, is this guy here, which is the Aeronox by, and I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud where it's being recorded, Matrix and Double Eagle, which are two companies not really known for making great products.
Wait. Same company that made the Falcon. Did I tell you about the Falcon? The mini Masadas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same Matrix Double Eagle makes those. Fantastic out of the box.
Yeah. Normally, this is two companies that have not been known for making great products. And it's like over the past couple of years, they teamed up and said, hey, let's not be a laughingstock anymore. So out of the box, I abused that gun. I mean, abused before I touched it, and it was fantastic. I want to say they're like 190, 180 bucks out of the bag. So my suggestion is to keep your budget in that $100 to $300 range. Pick an M4, or even if you have to, an AK, as much as I hate them. Something went wrong. Did you guys lose me?
No, we're still there. No, it's just something went wrong reloading something.
Yeah,
the chat. Cool. I put Jimmy in timeout.
Oh, all right. M4 AK, because these platforms are what I consider to be like the Honda Civics of the airsoft world. Everybody makes replacement parts of some sort. Everybody makes upgrade parts of some sort. Keep going till you find a gun that you're comfortable with, and then go from there. After you get comfortable with your playstyle, if you decide then you want to run sniper LMG, go for it. Don't start in one of those two roles, because you are not going to get the full experience of the sport. You're going to pigeonhole yourself into a role out the gate.
And you also have to look at what fields in your area and what they allow. Like if you're in an indoor field, indoor fields don't allow LMGs and they don't allow snipers.
Compacts are pretty fun if you're willing to spend a little extra for them.
Oh, what?
Well,
compacts like SMGs, MP9s,
Stu's still sporting the Springers.
I mean,
but it boils down to, like, we're giving the recommendation for a first gun for the first person that's there. M4 mags are everywhere.
Yep.
Most players are playing with M4s. Most of this, so they can get their mags almost at any field they go to. If you do something with a specialty mag like an MP5, an ARP9, or the 45 mag wells and all that, trying to find mags can be difficult, less than a futility. So that's why it's like we're talking about the best all around to give right out the box. It's one of those things where I have yet to see like a G&G SRS or even a G&G Raider be bad out of the box, and they're pretty decent. I mean, they can. The Raider, that's the new Raiders are good.
The SR line is pretty much a gold standard. I mean, at this point, Lancer Tactical has stepped up well enough too. They've got the.
We just said SS. We just said SS. They had to return 3 Lancer Tacticals in one day.
Was it the Gen 3s?
The newest lines, yeah.
Yeah, I don't carry any Gen 3s. I only carry Gen 2s.
Yeah, the Gen 3s are having issues. There's a quality control issue.
So, like I said, when we're talking about making recommendations for somebody to go buy something, They're not going to know to look for Gen 2. Most people are carrying Gen 3. They hear the word and go through. That's why when it goes down to the advice, because you know what's going to happen. You over there, if somebody comes in the shop, would give them proper advice. You would give them proper advice. I would. I don't know about Buck, but a lot of guys, when they walk inside that shop, the shop is just there to sell something. They'll be like, "Yeah, here you go. You like it? Here's the price. Good on you."
Have a conversation with someone and consider the source that you're having a conversation with. You know,
Exactly. I mean, I do know a specific store's corporate policy is they are not allowed to talk you out of buying something at all. Which is why that store loves it when I'm there, because I don't work for them.
Yeah,
So-
I get people that come in all the time and they're like, "What do you?" And when they can't decide, like I get kids, they touch every single gun on the wall. I'm like, "What are you looking for?" Well, I said, I move them back. Joker, you've seen me do this. I move them back, turn them around, and I say, "Okay, when you turn around, wherever your eyes gravitate to, that's the gun you like. Then we'll talk about that kind of gun." And we go, and I get them. Some of them are looking at like MP5s and stuff. I'm like, "You just started. That's a 9mm. Not everybody on the field is going to have 9mm magazine. And sure, that's what you want to go with. It's a specialty kind of gun. Why don't we stick with an M4? Check your budget. What do you want? Where are you going? Get you in the game for $350. That's face protection. That's the gun. That's a charger. That's a battery. That's everything you need. You're in the game."
See,
That's
that's
if you're balling on a budget and you start getting into things like subcompacts and specialty guns, those mags are more expensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
See,
that's just a mag.
I will absolutely agree with that. I will say if people do have the balling out kind of money to get started into it, if you really want something like that, there are definitely good options out there to get into that aren't wildly expensive, that are going to get you in the game for a little bit longer, that will work well. I will say, if you are getting an M4, please, for the love of God, stay away from APS. That company can burn. Their bodies are great.
Oh, here we go. Now
Internals
we're
are
going to
trash.
get into like a 5-hour conversation about different companies.
No, hold on. Here's the bottom line. It doesn't matter if it's an M4, an AK, a pistol, a Springer. If it says APS, don't fucking touch it. I don't care if it's a pencil that says APS on the side. Leave it alone. The lead's probably going to fall out.
All right. Well, with that all being said,
about the built guns or just the parts?
The APS?
yes.
About,
Yes.
about bodies.
There we go.
I was going to say, I like APS bodies to a point.
Here's the thing, and I have noticed this, and everything's packed up. So APS bodies, it is literally between gun to gun. Their quality control is so bad. In the same shipment, we had one body show up cracked down the middle. Another one, the plastic was thinner than all the rest. So their quality control, I'm pretty sure, is they grab a gun, shake it. If it doesn't fall apart, it goes in a box.
What I love, Virtue, is that new eye thing you have keeps turning on and turning off, turning on and turning off. So what happens is it looks like you're doing this.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm trying NVIDIA Broadcast. It has a new software. So no matter where I'm looking, it's supposed to keep my eyes at the camera. So like right now, I'm actually looking at a monitor that's over there.
And it's bouncing back and forth between. It's funny.
Yeah. But if I sit far enough back away, you can't tell where I'm looking. Like right now, I'm actually looking at the ceiling.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
No, I could tell. I could tell it's a filter that's on there.
Yeah.
At least I could tell it's a filter. All right, guys. With that being said, what's your favorite gun? This is going to be a round robin real fast, Jimmy.
We have a video for that. We have a video for that.
Yeah. One quick one out the thing. One of my favorite guns is the G&G PCC-9. Papa, one gun. Go. Just pick one of your favorites.
My Spectre.
That's Virtue. The Dead End Outfitter Spectre.
TM High Kappa.
Wiener.
My MTW Billet Series, brand new one. I just
Got it. And Buck.
HK USP Compact.
There we go. All right, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am Joker for Players Wanted. With me is the man, the myth, the legend of the biggest heart but shortest stature, Greg Paparisi from Dead End Outfitters. All the way at the very end, it's the man with the mohawk, the king of the high kappas, Virtue from Sinister Customs. It's not a party till Wiener comes out, Wiener from Hot Dog Productions, and Buck. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, may your BBs fly true and your